Are live on both channels. Yay, excellent. Hello, music lovers, warriors, just nature spirits, everybody who enjoys my channel. Hope you're having a great Sunday. And this is week 3 of me making my original album, Obsidian, which, as you know, if you followed me before, it's inspired by different gems from around the world. So last week we did turquoise, which is a Turkish beautiful rock that has healing powers. Then the week before that, we did Connemara, which is an Irish native to Ireland rock. It's a green, beautiful stone that I intend to use as an inspiration for green technology, green lifestyle, and reminding people to live a healthy life and appreciate our planet and take care of each other. So, today we're venturing into something closer to my homeland. I will be singing to you a Ukrainian folk song. Couple verses only, not going to take too long because I still want to show you a couple more songs. So, it was inspired, the idea was inspired by the folk song, but also by the gem stone Agate. Agate. Depends where you're saying it from. Hey Rick, how you doing? So Agate is native to not only my homeland in Ukraine, but a lot of other places in the world. It's a pretty popular rock. So, what it does basically is, to me, it inspired me to tap into my cultural heritage and remember a lot of these things that I've learned back home in the school and from my family, and other things that are native to that region, native to my culture, and living close to the sea waters, seashores, the Kazakhs, and everything, all the parts of our culture that are so beautiful, and I just appreciate them. I'm so glad that I grew up there. So the song I will be singing to you today is called Podolanochka. What it is, it's basically a hayivka, which is a song that you sing when you're out in the nature and enjoying the beauty of the grassland. There's covered with multiple flowers that are blooming so bright that it's blue. We often say sinihai, which is blue grassland. So when you're walking through it, like you need to go from one place to another, doing your chores, like, I don't know, get water or something. So this song is actually about getting water, getting water at River Donau. Which sounds silly, but it has a much deeper purpose. So if you ever translate the words, they would say they're telling you a story about this girl who kind of like got exhausted halfway through her journey. She kind of like fell on the ground because she had no water to drink or no water to wash herself. So someone is encouraging her. Maybe it's herself or maybe it's a spirit. We don't know. But someone's encouraging her to get up, go and drink from River Donau and wash your face and basically like, yeah, go for it. To me, that story is really like more of a perseverance. So reminding you that no matter how hard the times get, how many obstacles we face in our daily lives, you have to find the strength within yourself to get up and go and push through, right? Because the other way is just not an option. Hey, Rick. Hey, all right. We have quite a few people already. So thanks for joining, you guys. If you haven't heard my stories before we perform, you can always rewind and watch it back later. I have been talking to a lot of people on my email list this week, and thank you guys so much for subscribing. I'm so happy to hear from you every week. It's amazing. It's amazing to hear that, my music has touched someone or inspired them or just in any possible way at all that it changed their day. Thank you. The other day, I got a message on Instagram from somebody saying that he got inspired to play violin because he saw me play. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Thanks. So if you guys want any lessons or tips or pointers, I'll be happy to help. Let me know if you'd like to pick up an instrument. I teach online too, and so far only online because we're still, in the middle of this world health situation that we have to stay safe. So yeah, like that means that online lessons can be taught anywhere across the world. Wherever you are, I can help you out. I'll be happy to. So otherwise than that, I felt a little overwhelmed this week with everything that I had to do. So including writing the album, but I want to be writing the album. Like I want to be writing every day. I'm doing a lot of research. I'm creating demo tracks for like I've created probably 5 or 6 demos already, and I'm working with an amazing consultant, David R. Miracle, who is advising me on indigenous arts and practices that I am referencing in my songs, which really helps. And he's an amazing artist himself too. Like you have to listen to his album and Iroquois flute, and just anything he does is just amazing. It's so in tune with what I want in this music. So I would love to be doing that every day, but I also have other responsibilities and students and clients and family. And yeah, everything kind of sometimes it gets overwhelming. So I found myself singing the song in my head when I was so overwhelmed this week that I figured this is probably a sign that I should write a track based on it. So, yeah, the theme will be inspired by this folk song. It will be called Agate, but it's not exactly in the traditional way. I'm going to change it a bit, a little, like I'm going to change it up to sound more neo shaman, more gypsy metal, more. But this particular track will be meditative and very kind of transcendental in the sense that it will inspire you, remind you to slow down and to rest before battle and to, yeah, just to ease your mind. And when I was reading about Agate, it actually worked so well. I don't know how I picked these rocks. Like, I picked them arbitrarily, and that's just because that's how it felt to me. But the truth is, if you read about Agate, it tells you that there is a property in there that allows you to rest and re-energize and yeah. Isn't that great? So it's Agate, agate. I don't know how to say it in English properly. In Russian we say agat. But in some cultures I heard say agate. Yeah, anyway, whichever you choose. I love this jam because it reminds me to slow down and look within myself and recharge. That's the one of its main properties that people in older cultures believed is that it helps you recharge and regenerate and relax your spirit in the sense that, get some energy for yourself before you fight another battle. Okay, so here we go. Here is Podolanochka. Just give me a second. I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to look at the second verse because I don't remember it. Here we go. So that was it. I only sang a couple verses. I think it's got a lot more, but these two are usually the most famous ones that people know. And in terms of the interpretation of it as a cultural property, it's a folk song. Um, I've actually watched a lot of other Ukrainian artists do this. They take this song, they take the words, and it's a folk song, by the way. We don't quite know who wrote it. It was been written hundreds of years ago. So, and what they did is they turned it into something else. I watched this dancer the other day, and she performed to a song, this song, but completely transformed. An artist who recorded it was doing sort of like trance kind of beat, little electric kind of dubstep style song with it, using the words, but the melody was completely changed. So I love that because it's so mystical and how do you say haunting is one of the words that you guys have actually described my music to be, so thank you. I really love that. It's always great to hear from you, and when I see that a lot of the same words pop up, like haunting, mysterious, haunting, I'm like, it's haunting, you're right. It just makes it easier for me to sort of put it into a category so that I can explain to other people what kind of music it is, so when I introduce them to it. That's amazing. So please keep writing to me. So this is the Ukrainian folk song Podolanochka, which I think is from region of Podila, because Podolanochka, that's what it is. Podila is like, it's like territory. We have different territories in our country. If you look into it and read about different regions and territories, and people in the west speak slightly different Ukrainian than the people in the east. I'm more of a from central and eastern part. From Kiev, actually, right? So, but the way we speak Ukrainian, just like the way we speak Russian too, it's different than what people speak Ukrainian in the west. Or what the Russians speak Russian like in, say, Moscow. My cousins live in Moscow. Their pronunciation of Russian words is totally different. Like, okay, my mom's name is Galina. In Russian, that's how you say it. In Ukrainian, Halina. So we have a soft G. And when I speak Russian, I often find myself saying that soft G. And it's not because it's wrong. It's because that's how we speak Russian in that region where my mom is from. Rostov-on-Don, and in Kiev, a lot of people speak that way too. In Kiev, we have a mix, right? Because it's a capital, it's the capital of Ukraine. So we have a lot of different people and influences in Kiev. It's a really big city, and it's a really rich, diverse city. But in like Rostov-on-Don, it's very obvious that if you're from there, you can tell the person is from there by the way they say their letter G's. Or if you're from Moscow, it's kind of like, imagine you going to LA and someone's talking like sassy. That's how Moscow sounds to us. So it's speaking the same language, but so different. My cousins speak like that. To me, they sound way too sassy. But that's how it's normal to them. That's how they speak, right? Because they grew up there. They have kids already. They've lived their whole lives there. So where I was raised, Ukrainian was a little bit more of a softer kind of speak as well. And Russian was more of it's a literary Russian that we study, literary Ukrainian that we studied at school, but also in the way that people speak, it's slightly different than other regions of the Ukraine, where you might go into a place where you might not even recognize what language they're speaking. You understand, but there's something off about it because they use different words for different purpose, and that's just so cool. Some of my colleagues actually here in Mississauga Fine Arts Academy are Ukrainian, and some of them speak a little differently than what I'm used to, but I still understand them, so that's great. Actually, yeah. So, going back and thinking about my homeland and culture kind of helped me sort of attune myself a little bit more and relax. And also, I have an amazing family, an amazing fiance who know when I'm not feeling well. They know how to make me feel better. So, all right. So let's see. Oh, we have David, Rick, William, Celia. Hi, everybody. So Celia says, "Hello, my beautiful friend. Great to see." Oh, I'm sorry, it's very small. Great to see you again, and I love the way you play. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad. I hope I'm not talking too much today, you guys. I promise next two things will be just music. Okay, so hey, Bappy, how you doing? Great. Thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. So, I'm always happy to welcome new attendees to our show, new subscribers. And I recently got an email from somebody who found me. I don't even know where she found me, but she couldn't download my first two tracks that I did years ago. And I'm like, oh, I even forgot about these. I have to check. So apparently people are still finding those, and I have to go check and make sure they can download. It's back in the day where I did a lot of shows around the TIFF and the festivals in Toronto. That's where I recorded my three mix, which is a gypsy mix with modern music and classical Bach. And it's dubstep track. It's really fun. It's kind of also warrior inspired, but it was my early sort of attempts. And I also have a never ending tango that I recorded back in the day. So those are really old. 2012, 2013, something like that. Yeah. So I will try to make sure that they're still downloadable. So thanks for letting me know, you guys. And by the way, if you'd like to be a part of my email family, you could always subscribe. There's a link below that says get my songs free or download my songs free. That's the one. You get to download my songs free, all 10 of them. But you get like a daily email for 10 emails. So you subscribe first. We introduce each other to I tell you my story, ask you to tell me your story, and I find it to be a great way to get to know my subscribers because in the email we have more space to talk, right? There's more time and there's more space. Social media is great, especially for like this live, right? So I love it that we can communicate like that and I can see your comments, but it gets overwhelming, right? So when a post went by and it's gone, like you have to search for it. It's pretty hard to find, right? On the email, on the contrary, it's always easier for me to go back and find the person that I talked to and get back to them on their personal request. So that's amazing. I think that's a great way to get to know me a little better through the process of creating this album and through the process of discovering my other album, Iron Fiddle Saga. I think it's one of the best ways to contact me. So you guys, go ahead, join my email family. And if you'd like to support me too, even closer, become an even closer family, you can always do that through Patreon, patreon.com/Vera Bormenko, where, by the way, I'm sharing with you my Neo Shaman cover of Frozen 2 Into the Unknown that we're gonna play next. Here we go. So this was Frozen's Into the Unknown, a neo shaman style, my favorite. So we feature some overtone singing, which I'm learning to do. So some of my videos will come out soon that I filmed a while ago in the woods with my drum, trying to improve my overtone clarity. I can sing 5 notes now. So right. So the idea is that you're holding the bass foundation tone straight. You're not changing it. So here's in key of D. See if you can figure out the 5 notes that I'm singing. Actually 6 if you count the top D as a different note. Here it is again. Hey. So I'm working on it. I haven't done it in a while. Like this week I was so stressed out I didn't do any of that. But then I remembered to like, hey, I could cover the song for you guys today. So it's one of my favorite things to do. And this kind of singing style is not just native to a specific region. It exists in many cultures. So it exists in Mongolia, in Kazakhstan, Yakutia, in Tibet, right? So many cultures around the world sing overtones. And yeah, I feel like it goes so well with everything that I'm creating in this album. And I love it. I just love the style. So Nelson says, may I hear the Blossom things? Nelson, I think we've been over this. Well, I'd love to play it, but I don't feel like it goes with what I'm presenting today. So yeah, I think I'll make a video for you separately. So if that works. I listened to it. I think it's fun and great, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like playing it yet. So maybe some other time. It's a nice song, definitely. So thanks for tuning in again. All right. So what we're going to do now is I will play, since we are on Ukrainian theme, I thought I would do Kolomika for you guys, right? Remember my Kolomika from the other album? Sort of. Okay, here we go. All right. Ready? This is what like the culmination and fun parts of all of our influences from my culture. And you will hear something that I also want to start taking up lessons on is the jaw harp. You will hear it here. My friend Ukrainian also came in to play on it for my album back in the day. So this time I want to learn to play it myself because it will help me create the arrangement and feel what it's like to actually make sound on it. And it's very close with the overtone singing because you do have to use the mouth and your cavity to, your oral cavity to articulate the sounds, just like with overtone singing. When we play Jew harp, we do have to do that as well. So here we go. Here's Kolomika. Oh, sorry. Here it is. So one of the inspirations for this arrangement was actually this famous artist in Ukraine, Verka Serduchka. It's a person who does like cosplay all the time. So he's a man, but he dresses as a woman and does these funny comedy sketches, and his music's really fun too. So especially the second half of that, like whenever I listen to it, Хорошо. Yeah, the song is called Хорошо, which means it's all good. And yeah, I wanted my producer to recreate kind of that feeling of a big Ukrainian party, you know? Whenever someone gets married or there's a holiday, you get together, you go crazy, you dance and sing, and you just like have fun. Yeah. So that's the feeling at the end of it. The beginning starts a little bit more klezmer. So this track was kind of a mix of all the things that I have done in my gypsy band, from, klezmer music to Hungarian music to Ukrainian music to just about anything, honestly. And then it's set to the rock beat at the end so we can have that big party. I love those things about my culture. So there is a element of mysticism and this kind of haunting feeling, contrasted by this big party and fun and just jokes flying around, and yeah, like this kind of like easygoing and lighthearted attitude, and with the underlying sort of mysticism and very like creepy goosebumps, right? So I love the contrast of the two, and also the fun and joy of it, that people kind of like lighthearted attitude that they have, no matter what happened in life, no matter how bad, you're still gonna come out of it. I think that's like basically the message of every song that I discover from back home, that I rediscover. This is the message. My people are freedom loving, so we fought for freedom for many centuries, and this is kind of what it is. Like, no matter what comes your way, so just get up and deal with it. I mean, what else is there to do? Right? So you could say it's a very warrior attitude to life, and I love that. So I love that I grew up in that environment, that we've had that message go through many different, not just music, but everything, art, music, storytelling. That message perseveres, that no matter how hard you fall and get down and you feel like you don't have energy or you don't even have enough water to drink or whatever, you get up and you go get it. So yeah, there you go. Hi, Nelson again. On the live. Okay, Nelson, I'll have a look. Honestly, this is one of the things that makes me overwhelmed. It's because I know that you guys want me to do covers, but I love them too. Yes, I love to cover songs, but right now I'm working on writing an album, so I cannot be always dedicating my time to anyone's request. It's unrealistic. I'm one person, and I get tired. I get very tired. I get angry because I can't finish projects. So that's what happened to me this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on things that are important to me this week. And if I have the time, I'll be happy to cover that to you. And I'll send it to you as a personal message if you like. But until then, I'm going to have to prioritize the projects that are really inspiring to me, like creating my original music, like doing my research, like having lessons with my consultants who I very admire and appreciate. Or hosting live streams that are talking about my native culture, my heritage, instead of just doing covers. So I love covers, and I believe you can do covers beautifully. I just played a cover to you from Frozen's Into the Unknown, and I love that one. I think that one speaks truly to sort of who I am, even though it's a cover. But what I do love the most, and what I know that I was born to do in my life, I was born to tell my story through music, through my original music. And wherever it comes from, it could be from a cultural inspiration, could be from, I don't know, beamed into my head from the divine being in the universe. I don't care where it comes from, honestly. I don't believe we own anything that we create. And I don't believe we truly created from scratch. There's always something that existed there before you. So if you think you're original and you don't think that anything exists like that, do your research. You will find that a lot of people before you have done a very similar thing, musically speaking, artistically speaking, just tonality-wise, harmony, progressions, rhythms. All those things have always existed, like many other people who have created it. So who have done that, who have ventured into that area. So I just wanted to make sure you guys know we're on the same page. I know you have cover requests for me, and I'll be happy to do them. But if it's not something that I feel in my mind to do at this time, I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to focus on writing my album while that's my main focus for the next few weeks. And if I feel like I have some time and I have some sanity left to do that, I'll be happy to cover it. Meanwhile, thank you. I remember your request. Don't worry. I remember everything. But if you'd like to send me a personal message via email or Patreon, even better. So I do have a perk on Patreon that you can purchase, and then I will be doing covers for you personally. I think it's maybe it's a $10 one, maybe it's a $25 one. I don't remember. So go to patreon.com/Vera Burmenko. And that way I will feel better about doing it because it will at least cover some expenses of my time and energy on it. And so I don't lose my mind just knowing that I have a million other things to do. So that's my position on covers. I love them, but I also need to pace myself so I don't go crazy. So thank you for your request, Nelson. I remember very well, but I am focusing on writing my album, and I hope that you guys enjoy that with me, that you join me in my process, that you're curious about how I'm doing that. So I will be sharing videos and posts about that very soon. Meanwhile, I'm working on Agate this week. I hope you enjoyed my cover of it, of Podolanochka, Ukrainian song. So I know I will have probably some critique from fellow Ukrainians, be like, oh, this is not really what it's for, but it's okay. I might not remember clearly what it was for or who really even knows where the song came from. But to me, I know that it's a folk song, that it's Ukrainian, and that it's basically meant for, to me, it's a message of perseverance. So no matter what brings you down, you get up and you fight and you rediscover yourself and you evolve beyond it. So have a great weekend, you guys. Love to see you next Sunday, maybe with some more covers. We'll see, Nelson, okay? All right, bye.